would have no internet. And now he wants to follow up redesigning the world as we know it once again by building a true city of the future. His current net worth that hits about 103.7 billion should be a pretty good start to get it going. And so, let's have a look at what this city will be like. What is the fantasy city that Bill Gates dreams about? Well, it's a city deep in Arizona that will use technology to optimize every single aspect of life. While this would primarily make the lives of its citizens much easier by providing a seamless network that controls electrical grids, transportation, social services, and other services, it also has a broader pitch, though, to be honest, a city that does not require you to stand in line at the DMV is a pretty freaking good start. Anyway, those that are proponents of smart cities think that they may be essential to combating climate change, but Gates's proposed city could actually damage the environment, but we'll get to that. For Gates, his city would go by the name Belmont, Arizona. From how he has spoken about its tech-forward philosophy, it might be the smart city that becomes the next Silicon Valley. Here's what he's thinking. This city would feature 200,000 residents who are all living in some sort of green, digital utopia where technology has solved many urban problems dragging other cities down. He purchased 24,800 acres west of Phoenix as the designated area for Belmont to begin construction at some point in the near future. He initially invested $80 million when he purchased the land back in 2017, but since then, he has been steadily adding more land to the project. One big way that this city could actually change the world is the proposal that the city run completely autonomous cars and nothing else. For years, self-driving car technology has been advancing steadily, but also hitting major setbacks left and right. This mostly has to do with an autonomous car having to deal with human drivers and their stupid driver errors. If Belmont didn't have any human drivers and only featured self-driving cars, it would be a lot easier for companies to design a network of cars that interact with one another in an efficient manner with minimal danger or traffic. If it works in this city, it could be proof of concept that a completely autonomous network of cars is viable for cities all over the world. As far as when you could expect to see this city, yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath. As we've seen with these giant smart city projects, is that they are constantly being pushed back as problems and budgetary concerns mount up. Construction hasn't even properly begun on Belmont. When he finally does give a proper date for when we could all expect to move into this digital utopia, I'd just go ahead and add, at least 5 years to whatever estimate he gives and at least 10 billion more to the budget. Seriously, even for someone like Gates, this could be a lot more expensive than he's prepared for. Quotes for similar smart cities have gone around 400 billion. That's far more than even he can handle. While he might be able to stir up some public support and even land a few other billion, he still has quite a few hurdles to jump over when it comes to controversies the city has conjured. While a lot of people are incredibly excited about Bill Gates building a new smart city in Arizona, there are some who are less pleased with the idea. A lot of that backlash has come from the city's proximity to the already threatened Sonoran Desert, an area that's been described as a desert Eden. Activists are already worried about urban sprawl or the effects of urban development upon a wild ecosystem. This city being created near the desert would likely have cataclysmic effects on the environment there, something that does clash with the supposed green nature of the project. The other issue with the location concerns the amount of natural resources there. A smart city like this would seek to bring in a booming population, a population who would need a ton of water. Arizona is one of several states in the US that have had issues with droughts. Chances are, if Gates is able to build his dream city, his dream citizens would likely have to conserve a lot of water to live comfortably. I don't know about you, but that does not really sound like a sci-fi fantasy to me. After all these smart city projects I've seen talked about over the last few years, I am ready to visit one already. They need to hurry up. I mean, listen.